Well, this deal, not the only Padre and Brewer connection that was made on Wednesday, because the two teams teamed up for this trade. Milwaukee gets Luis Urias from the San Diego Padres, a highly regarded prospect, pitcher Eric Lauer, player to be named later, or cash. Going to San Diego, Zach Davies and Trent Grisham. Now, Trent Grisham found himself in the lineup every day in the month of September with the injury to Christian Yelich. And of course, had the unfortunate incident in the playoffs, but he had some good moments there towards down the stretch. Joel, what did you make of this deal here between these two teams?
Well, what really stood out to me is Urias to Milwaukee, because I think it signals the end of them on Orlando Arcia. David Stearns was quite public previously and today, saying he did not like the production from his shortstop position last year. And I think they've tried to run with Arcia and try to get to his upside these last few years. I believe the non-tender date is this Monday. I'd be surprised if Arcia was still a Brewer on Tuesday. I think this trade for them was about a controllable left-hander in Lauer, but about a starting shortstop in Urias.
I agree. They also got the upside in terms of the two younger players in the deal and the control of Lauer, who's essentially $5 million cheaper than Davies. That being said, I like Davies a lot. I think he's kind of a sleeper starting pitcher. He pitches on the edge of the strike zone more than anybody else in baseball and is good at it. And as a sinker ball guy, I like him with that infield in San Diego with Tatis and Machado. I agree Grisham is a good piece for the Padres because I think at the least you can platoon him with Manny Margot in center field. Margot did not hit right-handed pitching last year. Grisham, #1 pick in the past, hit big time in the minor leagues. You know, this guy's got good hit tools. So I like what San Diego's doing here. I just think they're not done yet. I mean, I think Pomerantz is a great pickup. These guys, Davies and Grisham, fit the team. There may be more. I mean, the owner is very anxious there to win, right?
Right.
And they have a good team now. I'm not ready to say they're a contender, so maybe there's another deal coming free agent-wise.
Yeah, a couple of off seasons ago, it was Eric Hosmer. Last off season, it was Manny Machado. And I mentioned Trent Grisham, and this is a young man that found something. You know, he went back to that split grip at the plate and really excelled. But of course, this past offseason in that playoff game against the Nats had the error there. And this statement here from David Stearns on this deal with San Diego and how Grisham fit into it. He's saying, quote, "I want to make this clear. This is not a trade designed to move Trent Grisham. This is a trade designed to get multiple players that we're very excited about. Trent is a good major league player. The play I'll remember Trent by is the leadoff homer in Miami, the first game after Christian got hurt. That's the play I'm going to remember. There's no way we get to the playoffs without Trent Grisham." He goes on to say, "Until today, I fully expected him to be a big part of this organization moving forward. Look, I give him a lot of credit to him for turning himself into the player he has become, and I give a lot of credit to our player development staff for continuing to work with him to get him to this point." And this is the play that he is talking about. But he brings up a great point, and he was in that lineup when Christian Yelich got hurt, and he had some big spots for them in the month of September.
Yeah, a classy move by David Stearns because a lot of people, a lot of fans were introduced to Trent that way with that play. And so now they're trying to connect the dots here, and obviously had nothing to do with it. And by the way, the ball did take a bad hop.
And by the way,
he's very aggressive, young player trying to make a play, and he's aggressive going after the baseball. But it did take a very strange hop. As it turned out, it was kind of the harbinger for the Washington Nationals that things this year were going to be different than past years for the Nets.
And remind me if I'm wrong, Tom, wouldn't the game have been tied anyway if he comes up with that clean? The tying run had already scored. This brought around the winning run and an insurance run.
Yes.
Right? In that game, it's a little like the Buckner play.
Right.
Right? Where it's like, hey, wait a second. Like, let's not act like if the out is made there, they're winning them. The inning is still going on there with runners and two runners in scoring position, and the Brewer bullpen kind of spent and not able to get anyone out. I mean, this is, if you're going to blame the Brewers' exit on that play, I don't think you watch the whole inning.
And I also give him credit because I remember him standing in front of his locker answering just about every question after that game, and that could not have been easy. So hopefully a change of scenery means to big, big things for Trent Grisham.